Hi, Cancers. Welcome back to Deku Tarot. Welcome to your love reading for February 2020. So, this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I've already pulled a couple cards here just to see where you guys are at emotionally, where your relationships have been recently, and what you're looking for in terms of love as we kind of start and go into February here. And then we're going to pull some cards and see how the month plays out and what happens. Cancer, definitely check out your monthly. Definitely check out your yearly. I have comprehensive astrology that goes through everything that happens throughout the whole year and how important it is, especially for you. You in Capricorn need to watch your yearlies because the astrology ain't no joke still. You guys are still in your little eclipsean dance for at least half of this year, and it's big. I know this because I'm a Cancer rising, and every single eclipse has been huge for me. So I know it's been big for you guys. I know it's been big for Capricorns. So check it out, okay? Anyways, if you haven't, do make sure to subscribe if you want to book a private reading. All the info is always right below. Let's start talking about the cards here. Cancer, as we enter the month here, we want to start moving on from where we have been. Seven of Cups has probably been before this where, we've had confusion, frustration, not really knowing where to go or what needs to be let go of or what really is it that we should be chasing in terms of who is really right for us. Eight of Cups says some of us also might be considering moving on. Some of us might also, again, have left a relationship or thinking again about what would it take or what would it mean for me to move forward now, and how do I move on from the past even if I want to stay in the relationship I'm in. How do we let go of what has happened? What do we need to move on from? And I think I know what that is. It's probably some fighting here, some Five of Swords, because this is where your relationships have been in the past here. When you get the Five of Swords, there's been issues, problems, maybe feeling called out, attacked, frustrated. Why are people always attacking me about how I love? Why are people always attacking me about how I do this? Why am I getting attacked all the time? Even when I'm trying to go out with people, meet new people, or even in my partnership, you're feeling like people are just pointing the finger at you and yelling all the time and saying, this is on you. It's because of you that this is going on. It's because of you that the situation is happening in your life. And I do want to say with the Five of Swords, you have to really look at where you stand in all this as well. But Five of Swords also indicates areas of loss where somebody, again, has taken from you, maybe even quietly. And maybe that's what we're moving on from. But regardless, if you are in a relationship or not, there's been fighting, there have been arguments, there's been being attacked here or hurt in a way that felt, like somebody stabbed you and then walked away, took all of your swords and pushed you on the ground, stabbed you a little bit and then ran away. It's like, okay, cool. Well, what do I do now? Time to move on. Time to seek out, again, your Nine of Cups and your Ten of Cups. Who and what is going to make you feel emotionally satisfied, fulfilled, real, happy, valued. And your goals here this month, 10 of Coins. Looking for long-term stability, connection, in all the areas. We're looking for really what I like to call the meat and the potatoes of a relationship. The solid, stable, secure stuff. We're looking for security. And Cancers, you guys are kind of known to be some of the best partners out there, especially in marriage and in relationship, because you care. You want to foster and build these long-term things, these long-term abundance type situations. When you see in abundance, 10 of Coins is wonderful to receive. It also talks about maybe in the past 10 years, what do you need to let go of in the past 10 years? Maybe for those of you who are like what I like to call chronically single, or single as a Pringle, and you can't really seem to lock something down and you're wondering why, I would say start looking at maybe, this is going to be for some of you, again, this might just be for like one or two people connecting. Don't take this as the whole message. It's going to resonate or not. This is just a small little thing that I'm getting right now that could not have to do with the rest of this. But for those of you that have been, again, really single for a long time, really haven't been able to have that relationship, have a really solid, stable connection, a commitment with somebody that could be longer than like a week or a month or a few months, and you're feeling so frustrated and again attacked, you need to really look at how you pick apart see, I'm getting like a feeling here. You need to look at how you approach relationships, and again, how maybe you pick apart people. and cause them to maybe want to leave because they're not going to feel good about themselves. If you're constantly picking apart or finding fault in others, nobody will ever be perfect for you. You have to accept people's imperfections and get to know them on a better basis before you start saying, oh, they're not good enough for me. This person isn't right. This person's, give people a chance and do not judge books by their covers. This is decade-long stuff that you need to work through if you are looking for, the marriage partner, the one for a lot of you. And I know that Cancers are kind of always looking for the one, as is everybody. Be careful about how you're doing it and who you're pushing away in the process. Let me get some water. Yeah, see, that makes me choke. Which makes me feel like some of you guys resonate with that and didn't want to hear it. If you're too picky, if you're too harsh, and listen, we all know what we deserve, but we also have to value that other people are people too, and that maybe we're not as perfect as we think we are. It's okay to have confidence, but overconfidence to the point of constantly saying that nobody's good enough for you, bringing other people down, saying cruel, mean, selfish, and self-centered things about others. That's not going to help you get where you want to go anyways. Anyways, that's just a side thing. Let's continue with how this month plays out here. We're using the Tarot Muka. So let's now look at what your general theme in terms of love is this month, Cancer. General theme in terms of love and romance, love and relationships. I feel also you guys are really focused on a lot of things right now. You want to move on up in a lot of ways. You want to secure the money. You want to secure your purpose. You want to know what your purpose is in life. It's like some of you have been like, what's my purpose? I'm seeking it out. I'm making it happen. It's also keeping love up there as well. So it's like you're trying to get to these high levels in all these areas right now without falling down, without dropping something. And yeah, it's difficult. So Cancers, can I please get one card here? This is surprising. This is usually such a vocal deck. Well, that's why. Okay. See, whenever I say that and then that happens, I know it's going to be an intense card. Wow, what's the theme this month in terms of love and relationships that we need to know of, be experiencing here? Oh, who are you? Oh, okay, we will definitely take that. You know, we're going to leave it with these two because I really like this message. And I'm vibing it. Okay, so 10 of Swords reversed in the Sun. This to me is literally like the break of dawn. We've been through a long, dark night. We might have felt like, again, people were stabbing us when we're already dead and down. It's like, how many more swords can you put in my body? How many more times are you going to beat me down? How much more of this can I really take? How much more disappointment, pain, hurt am I really going to stand for? And it's kind of, this month has you removing the wounds. And, when you take out these swords, there's going to be wounds. There's going to be holes, I don't like saying that because some people get frustrated when I say things that are a little bit horror type or whatever, but if you were to, again, get stabbed in the gut here and need to survive, you would need to pull that out, take, put something to cleanse it out. And to me, this feels like the Sun. This feels like a cleansing out of the wounds, of really looking at them, of looking at why they were there and what they've left within you and how you now act because of wounds that other people have put there. Maybe you had an ex that cheated on you. Somebody that did something to you, maybe you acted in ways that you're not very proud of in the past. And now we have to look at the wounds that it has left with us now. And how we act, how we react, how we communicate, and how we value ourselves and others in relationships. It's a lot to do with all of that. The Sun here says, again, it's here to heal you, but it could feel like a harsh light. And that stinging sensation when you, I think it's when you put like isopropyl alcohol or whatever on it, and that'll sting if you have a big cut, if you fell off your bike, or, again, if you had a serious injury and they start putting that cleansing stuff in it to clear it out, it's going to sting at first. But it clears it all out for the good. It has you healthy, cleaned, clear for the future. And that's what you have to remember here. Let's see how things play out. How do things play out for you this month, Cancer, in terms of love and romance? Yeah, we're really looking to level up in a lot of ways. We're working really hard to do that. Wow. Making things happen. Love and romance, though. Wow. You have 3 kings in a row. All right, we're going to pull some clarifiers because 3 kings ain't nothing to sniff at. But before we get to those 3 kings, let's talk about this. We're starting off, with those 5 of cups. Oh, are we going to cry over the 3 cups that have fallen? Or are we going to hold on to the cups that we still have? You have to move on. And with the 5 and the 8 of cups, there's a sense of needing. This is, sitting there in mourning, crying over the spilled milk, over what's been lost, feeling sad, despair, depressed, guilty, ashamed, whatever it might be. You're feeling that loss of something that has left you. Crying over what has been. There's a couple of 5s. So again, we're at the end of a really intense push through. You are about to get to those 10s. You are about to get to the judgment moment. Yeah, it's here. But you also are moving on. Emotionally, you're moving on from the past year. You're starting to focus on those 2 cups and you're building your way forward. What has been lost in any area, maybe it's been multiple areas. Maybe we've had bad fights. Maybe we've had problems in a relationship. Maybe we've had even a loss of career, money, whatever it is. Major change is coming in here. And it has you, again, trying to secure it all. You're trying to stabilize, find a secure balance in all these areas of your life because you want life to change. And life is coming in saying, okay, you ready? Time to bring out your dead. And that's what I get when you get those 10 swords in the sun. This is the literal process of bringing out the dead. And this guy is like literally a corpse in, oh my god, wrong card. This guy is like literally a corpse in this picture here. Let me hold it up again. Upright. You can see that he's like stabbing a corpse. You don't need to stab somebody that's already dead and down. And again, so bring out the dead. What has beaten you down enough? What has hurt you enough that you have to let go of? It's asking you to adapt here, to shift, because the universe is changing and it's trying to align you into a better future. So growing awareness and a shift in your own personal situation here. There's an unfolding sense and a way of awareness of really the interrelation of all of this and what you need to do in order to push forward. What needs to be let go. What again needs to be let go of what the past has left you with in terms of pain, in terms of experience. And I will say, you know what? We'll pull some cards in it before I say anything. That's what we're going to do. Because I get a certain vibe about those in relationships, and we're gonna look at that, okay? Clarify these 3 kings here, because you get King of Pentacles, King of Wands, King of Swords. 3 kings, 3 kings. 3 big areas of life that you're getting important messages and stepping up in. It's interesting because I don't see the King of Cups. I see swords, I see wands, I see pentacles. It's a sense of balance coming in here. Ooh. Ooh, what is going on there? What's that? What is that? Some of you, I will say, might have some romantic choices. And if you make those choices apparent to others this month, I'm just getting the sense you're going to regret it. If you're in a relationship where you're fighting and things are going on, no one else needs to know about it. And you will regret what happens. I don't know. There's regrets if you publicize, if you have fights in front of friends or at a party or something like that. Don't fight in front of people. I don't know what it is, but it's going to come back to haunt you. In regards to all these kings, you're very focused on these areas of your life, and yet at the same time, because we're so focused on the money, the leadership, taking control of our life, making sure we're the best at whatever we're doing. And it's great. You guys are, again, keeping yourself you're again securing the positions, keeping yourself on track, getting to the point where you want. It's like bam, bam, bam. I'm getting all this stuff done, and I'm on top of it, and I'm making it. But there's not a lot of emotionality to this reading. There's the Eight of Cups and the Five of Cups, and don't worry, we see some cups over here, and we'll talk about it. But we have choices, and especially so in love as well. Some of you might have choices between a few different people, and you might have been keeping maybe even a few different people on the line. Justice, the Four of Swords, the Tower. The truth will come out. It's a very interesting combination when you get Justice, then the Four of Swords, then the Tower. It's like goes from resting and waiting to very sudden shifting and changing. Everything seems, as you're balancing this and everything else seems to be going good, you're like, all right, I'm going to go take a break now, whatever, everything's fine. And something does come in to rock the boat, baby. Something is rocking the boat. And for a lot of you, or for whoever, I don't know, for some of you, I do think it will end up being a choice to be single. I don't know what, something is going to happen here. And it will have you kind of shifting into being more of a single, confident person here, moving forward on the path that's best for you. Okay, I see. Oh, I get it now. I get it now. Okay. Don't cling to anyone or anything. It says the best thing that you can do this month in terms of love is to take a step away from everybody else. It's like as soon as you start focusing on all these other things, balancing you, doing you, and you don't try to make something happen with somebody, you don't try to, I don't know, it's almost like if you feel that you are waiting for communication, affection, there's a sense of neediness to what you want this person, this situation to give you, and you have to let that go for now. And again, be focusing on this. Don't let that neediness creep in and destroy the situation. It will have you running ragged. It will cause this to happen. It will cause this to happen. A situation that could have just come, it's like the light at the end of a very long dark tunnel, and very suddenly it gets destroyed. But if you leave it be, if you let it go, you don't close that whole book. It's like that person will just disappear if you keep trying to push it, if you make yourself needy, if you push something too much here. So don't push this too much. It's like take actually a step back and do what's best for you, because other areas of life are calling and are asking you to focus on them right now. And love will sort itself out. This Three Kings situation, gonna sort itself out. Your whole situation, it will be sorted out, but you have to, again, focus on what is best for you, especially financially in the long term. Anything that is conflict of interest right now is going to drive you in circles. We have to have control over these tension of opposites here. We can't be trying to move forward and doing all this stuff while we deal with, this love problem that might not even end up somewhere. While we try to make somebody want and need us as much as we are feeling deep down in this weird retrograde-y, shadowy time that we want them to want us. It's very confusing. But don't let all those watery things get in the way. It's like, again, we have Three Kings here. None of them are water. Ace of Cups and Six of Swords are here at the end. At the end of a very long, dark time here. We get the, again, the Star, then the Ace of Cups, then the Six of Swords. You will move on from the difficulties. This feeling of being left out, of loss, of maybe somebody, again, leaving you in the cold without any answers to what happened, let them go. Let them go. You might want to move on to the Ten of Cups with them, but you have to take this walk by yourself, and so do they. And the more you try to push them to be here with you, the less they're going to. The more they're going to run away. And let's see where this kind of takes you in this situation here at the end of the month. With that Ace of Cups, Six of Swords. Yeah, we'll have to take these. Okay. Magician comes up first. It's really all about how you deal with this. I want you guys to know this is all about how you deal with this. So make sure you're dealing with it in the right way. Don't try to manipulate it. Be underhanded. Be upfront. Be real with who you are and what you're looking for. But don't get pushy. Do not get needy. Don't start trying to force people to do things because it would balance out that extra area of your life right now, and it would make sense. Okay, things aren't going to make sense in this area, and you're just going to have to accept it, let it go, and let things kind of work themselves out the way that they will. Things are going to start making sense later on. If you're, again, waiting on somebody, don't be needy, don't be pushy. Even in a relationship, don't get that way right now. It's not good energy for you. It's not going to come across well. Then you get the Two of Wands, and right after that, the World. I really like this combination because she's looking at a tiny world here. And so we might be looking at this again from, okay, this is how far I've come. Where do we go now? So like, what's the next step? Let's start moving forward, taking action. But instead, it's like, okay, we need to look at this from that bigger perspective and see that there's a lot more. Look at the way she's got her head on her hand, like looking kind of. And the world is in her hands right there. So we might be looking at the minute details of the things, but what we really need to do is see the bigger picture. What we really need to do is stop thinking, you know, where to from here, but allow this situation to unfold because it's bigger than maybe we can comprehend at this time. There's a sense of completion and it is coming in, but, ooh, and look at what happens. For those of you who are waiting for your divine masculine, or somebody who has a very masculine, empowered need for kind of control energy, even an Aries, a Sag, a Leo, or somebody, again, that just comes across as that Emperor, maybe even a Scorpio. This is, I believe they're coming back here in a way that you've been waiting for. And oh my God, your divine pairing will come into play. It will happen. You will see this and it will come together the way it's supposed to. But I think that there are bigger things at play here, and to force this into a box is not going to make it yours. It's not going to make it come any faster. It'll actually chase it away. So let's pull some romance angel cards here. Wow. But you have your divine pairing. It's here. But what you're asked to do to get there, actually before I even pull that, what you're asked to do to get there, to get to where you've been trying to get to, what do you need to do? And it's like, I just feel it's that Four of Swords. Take a step back. Focus on you. Don't get strung up by love situations that just drive you crazy. It's illusory. It's just going to make you crazy. So what do we do to best get to where we want to in this situation? And I can't help it. I just feel like it's the Four of Swords. Because any other way that we deal with this gets wrapped up in all of those other things. So taking a step back and trusting that we are going to have what it takes when it needs us to take it there. And that this comes back only when we kind of let it go. Woo, okay, now we're ready for oracles. Wow. All right, Cancer, past life relationship. Wow, you have known each other before. And that's why maybe you know there's a game of push and pull here. And this comes back together in such an amazing way. Divine counterparts, whether you're masculine, feminine, and your partner is either, you know, it doesn't matter. This is the other half of your energy, creator energy. When I get them in a reading, especially right next to each other at the end of a love reading, the situation will unfold. And you're going to have to trust when and how to act. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, but I kind of got it reversed, which to me indicates don't explore them yet. Explore them when the time is right. The time will present itself. You will know when the right time is. Let it happen on its own terms. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Whether that's getting engaged or not, it's ascending. Things are changing. Getting to a more committed, balanced place, but you have to let things happen as they will, and you have to step into this place for just yourself in just the areas of the life that you can control and that you can put down on paper, because you can't force and be needy to a person right now, just to other areas of your life. All right. Anyways, okay, Cancer, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If it resonated, wonderful. If it didn't, check out your other placements. They might resonate better. If you want to book a private reading, guys, all that info is always right below this video in the description box. If you want, definitely check out your monthlies, definitely check out your yearlies for 2020, and make sure to subscribe, share, and let me know in the comments how this resonated, okay, guys? Have a wonderful and blessed February. Namaste.